Alright, so an update video. Everybody loves a nice update video every now and then. And you guessed it, it is going to be on the 1982 GLX Notchback sitting here behind me. If you haven't seen the previous video on this car and the background on it, be sure to go check it out because it's pretty cool. This thing has sat for over 20 years. I managed to get it running. I managed to get it driving. Didn't check the brakes, and well, good thing I have a long stretch of yard at the front of the property because, well, I just went ahead and hit the grass when I realized I wasn't going to be able to stop in time for the gate. Oh shit, we have no brakes. I should have checked that first. So, couple tire kickers, not as much interest in this car initially as I anticipated. I thought it would be an easy sell. All the 4i Pride guys out there, they're all, I don't know, they make it seem like these things are hot tamales and everybody wants them and you're going to sell them like a 93 Cobra, but it took a little longer than I anticipated. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to wait around till you can find the right buyer. And today we're going to talk about the right buyer who's on his way now to come and pick up this car. So stay tuned. First things first, I want to talk about the foxbody market. I know there's been tons of videos done on it. In fact, I've even done a couple videos on the market. And for 2023, you know, things are going to keep changing, I feel. I feel like things have slowed off quite a bit. Not in the specialty market cars. You're still seeing the big bucks for the 93 Cobras and the Salines and all of that low mile notchbacks, all that good stuff. But we are starting to see quite a few things pop out of the woodwork. And you know what? Could be a little bit of that time of the year. People want to free up some cash. We got Black Friday deals coming up. We got the holidays. We got tax season around the corner. And most importantly, you know, it is winter time. So people want to get rid of stuff potentially that they don't want to store or don't want to deal with. So down here in Texas, that's not so much a thing. In fact, this is kind of the weather that you want to be out cruising and enjoying your Fox. But we won't get into that. Let's get back to the 82 here. So, as I mentioned in the intro there was quite a little bit of interest, but like nothing solid. And I posted the car for $5,000. And of course, that's an OBO you post online. You got to be ready for those $500 offers. You got to be ready for trades for shit that you don't want. I think I got traded or offered a couple pickup trucks that I don't even know if they'd make it to the end of my driveway or not. But needless to say, kept holding on, had a couple serious offers here and there. But the biggest thing on a car like this is logistics. It's not that somebody's asking too much money for a car. It's that the logistics kill the deal. Before, people would want to drive the 5-10 hours to go and potentially see something, but when it's something like this, you definitely want to go and put eyes on it. And while fuel prices have not been cheap, and trucking companies right now, prices are not cheap. So if you want to maximize, you got to kind of find somebody who's local that's going to benefit from the proximity of being nearby, and that isn't going to have to worry about shipping and paying extra money. So proximity plays a huge factor into purchasing vehicles this day and age. Long gone are the days of $500 and you could pretty much truck a car anywhere within the US. Now, you know, you're lucky if you're $1,200-$1,400 sometimes. So here we have it. We have the car. We found a local buyer. He's on his way. You know, he's within a couple hours, so nothing too crazy. But I actually had a guy reach out to me yesterday, and he sent me, I think it was an 87 GT. Apparently I had 59K original on it, and it was 5 hours away from him. And he's like, man, can you look at this ad and the picture's real close and give me your opinion? Because I don't know if I want to make that drive. And, you know, a couple years ago, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But now, yeah, you got to factor it in. People's time is worth more to them. Fuel is worth more. All of these crazy things in the world that are just kind of changing the game a little bit. So buyer's on his way. I'm not going to disclose how much he's paying for the car or how much we agreed on because I want to give him the respect of his privacy, at least for now, because he's been so cool about it. And there's a twist. The car actually isn't for him, it's for his 14-year-old son, which really spiked my interest. And it brought me back to when I was 15 years old. And the reason why, my very first foxbody was an 83 GT. And it was sort of the similar condition to this. I think the one that I got had brakes, but aside from that, it was rough around all the edges, but had amazing bones and a great foundation. And my dad bought that car for me for a whopping $1,500, and it came with an 82 GT parts car. So interestingly enough, this guy's son is 14 years old, and he wants his son to kind of go through the same paces that I went through. He's going to tell him, clean up that interior, take it out, get it all cleaned up, start going over the drivetrain, maybe pull that motor, do the gaskets on it, fix the brakes, do all of those things, get it roadworthy. And it sounds like they might even just leave the paint and rock it as is. And I told him, man, I'd go for it. Why not? Run the famous Texas patina and, well, cool little rodent dropping marks on the roof and on the hood. You know, he could probably get creative, do the old volleyball or airbag trick down in the cowl here and pop that back up, get the door moldings back on, so on and so forth. So it's going to be a really great learning experience for somebody who's up and coming in their teenage years. And I'm just like amazed at how many teenagers that I've run into recently that know what a fox body is and show interest in fox bodies. Maybe they're getting to that age where they know that their parents had one when they were younger potentially, or maybe they just think they're cool, hoping that either one of the two, doesn't really matter. They both work for me. Was that an EcoBoost?
It's a diesel.
Why does it sound like that?
It's a diesel.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it's a little 3-liter diesel.
3-liter?
Yeah.
What's that, like the EcoBoost to diesel? All right, guys, Josh is here, the new owner, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so his dad just went down the road so to make sure that the friend with the trailer doesn't get lost. So I've got him here on his own, no dad around. So start telling us, why a fox body?
I mean, they were just the cheapest thing. We're looking for a nice car. I was looking at some like just shells, just rollers to put a motor in, and it ended up just being the best deal, just to go with something that's pretty much put together. And
Right. So did you know what a fox body was?
yes.
All right. So what do you like most about the car at a glance?
At a glance, I like the angles of the car. Just to me, it just looks really nice. I like the front end. I kind of like the front end better than the newer fox bodies, like the.
So you do like the 4-eye look?
Yes, I do.
So are you aware of the front end that came on the GTs in 82? How they had like a fog light lower section on them?
Yes, I saw some photos of those.
Yeah, so if you can find one of those, that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah. So what are your plans? What are you gonna do? Or is your dad gonna be like, man, you gotta fix it, you gotta drive it?
Yeah, our plan is to get it running nice, get some brakes on it, and I wouldn't be able to drive it until I'm 16, but
Right.
I'd have plenty of time, just keep moving.
So learner's permit in Texas, so you can't drive at 15 or anything?
Yeah, I could drive at 15, but.
Right. So when do you turn 15?
Right now I'm 13.
Oh, you're even younger.
I'm soon to be 14 in about a month. So.
Oh, okay. All right, so you got 2 years to get this together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you might as well just open the door up. Get used to that smell.
I was reading the comments.
So yeah, I think your first step will be a deep clean.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking about.
So
Take out the seats and clean this carpet up.
yeah, I would take all the carpet out and pressure wash it. And, you know, as you take stuff out, just keep it clean. You'll thank yourself later. Some people take everything out and just kind of leave it until they're going to put it back in. If you clean it as you're taking it all out, you'll definitely be further ahead, in my opinion, at least. Let's see here. Sure. Oh. Problem. getting a hold of, oh, that's the friend. I bet you, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, he's lost. He's lost. So that's the original radiator. So I pulled that out. I put a new radiator in there. It's not a fancy one, but it holds coolant. So I didn't want the block potentially. I don't know where you guys are storing this. If it's going to be outside or inside.
It's going to be in the garage.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, just because since I had got it running, and it wasn't holding coolant, I topped it up with water. So then there was water on the block. So now in Texas, since it seems like things freeze now, I didn't want the block cracking on you. So that's all good. So you take like shop class in high school?
Yes, I'm going to take shop in high school. Right now I'm in 8th grade. So.
There you go. Does it scream power to you?
Not yet.
I'm going to tell you, this isn't fast power. So will you be doing any modifications that you know of?
Not yet. I mean, we might stroke it. Something bigger.
Right.
That's going to be down the road. For sure.
Yeah. So just running, driving, trying to pick. Do you think you'll pick up girls in this?
I think so.
Yeah? Yeah. Think they'll go for it? So this will be like your prom car.
Yeah, maybe.
Right on. Oh, too funny. So yeah, so down on this side of the timing cover, buried down there is where the mechanical fuel pump is. And this is actually the main line going to the back, to the tank. So like you can see dry rot and stuff there now, but you could blow compressed air through here. That's actually what I did initially, just to kind of like backfeed all the crap back in there.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, once you drop the tank, or when you drop the tank and the line's off on that end, you'll be able to blow air out and see how things will go. Now that does turn into a hard line, right? So you can, where it goes to hard right around here, you'll be able to change this section of hose if you want. Now the return line, something had ate right through it, which is right here. So you can see that's just got a coupler in there. And in fact, I think this hose is like for a windshield washer bottle. So that's not rated for fuel. Eventually the fuel will just kind of eat it, which is leading me to my temporary fuel line that I was using on my can of Miller Lite. So this is where this is temporarily hooked up to where this main guy kind of would go into.
Gotcha.
And then that hard line from the pump down there goes all the way up here to the carburetor. There's a lot of stuff you could probably do without, depending on what you're going for. Like this is the whole cruise control vacuum operated module. So depending how much you care about cruise control, there's going to be a lot of vacuum lines for all of your emissional trinkets and everything, like all this stuff here that he was pointing at. This is all your emission stuff. You can remove and just yank all of this stuff and throw it in the trash. Well, don't throw it in the trash, because somebody doing a full-blown restoration would probably love to get stuff that still has the tags on. Like this is probably of really important value to some people out there. I don't think you guys are going for that. No. But like even these are still date-coded plug wires back to 1982. Like somebody, even though they're bit through, but someone's going to want those.
Yeah.
This is where the heater core is back here. That goes inside the car. I can almost guarantee you that's going to end up leaking. So you're either going to have to loop these two together and bypass it, or you're going to have to change it. Like I said to him, I said, you know, clean everything up.
Interior's not bad.
Like wash, like Dawn dish soap and water. Like just kind of go at it.
Okay, we can do that.
Use like a scrub brush, even if you like. Some stuff might look like it's not that dirty, but you're going to be really surprised.
Yeah.
And then if you're planning on trying to keep the seats as much as you can, man, rub them down after, like give them a light wash. Don't put too much pressure on them just because they're so dry. Soak them with like Coconut oil.
Coconut oil?
Yeah. Or another product just to lubricate, like just start moisturizing them again.
Okay.
And
so clean them gently and then do coconut oil.
Yeah.
And then these rips and stuff, there's not much you can do about
There's
that.
actually a product called, I want to say it's like Leather Reek.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's like a flexible vinyl, so to speak, and you can brush it on and it will actually kind of rebuild. It'll be going on top, like you're gonna know, but it's gonna just kind of look more like your natural wrinkles and stuff. So you could try that out.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but or at least it'll get you by for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that may be okay with the rips. Just clean them up, and then eventually, if you want to, you just recover them.
Yeah.
The same color.
And then, yeah, obviously, you know, you get all the new door seals and stuff from LMR since these are...
Yeah, we did that with the Bronco.
Holy shit, what did I break?
You broke it, man.
I'd say you owe him a new weather strip.
That's 20 bucks right there.
That was keeping all the rain out, man.
I knew I shouldn't have touched it.
Damn it, Frank. Can't take you anywhere.
There we go, all loaded up. Excited?
Sir.
So you gotta give us all the progress reports. If I'm down your way, I'll come check in, inspect it.
Absolutely.
You know, if you got any questions, guys, by all means, reach out.
I think we may try to pull the engine and probably look at some of your videos and that kind of thing. Because it can be so much easier to do all that other stuff.
With the engine out.
Yeah. No, because then like pressure wash the engine bay,
Yeah.
get that all out. You can like double check the wiring, rewrap stuff if you need to, clean it up. Like it looks like a lot of work, and it will be your first time. I'm not gonna lie, but it'll be that much more rewarding in the end, and then you have peace of mind that it's not going to leak or drip oil on the driveway.
Well, and then we can, if you want to do it, like put in the stroker kit, and the heads, and you can do all that.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Good luck with it.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
No, I appreciate it. No, thank you. All right, we got an opening at the end here. We'll see what the next one will be that shows up, so be sure to stay tuned. Guys are super happy who picked up the car, and I'm super happy for them as well. To have a 14-year-old kid interested in a fox body and is going to learn and take that thing apart, put it back together, get it on the road, take it to prom, pick up chicks. What more could you ask for? That's so fulfilling. And for anybody who knows me well enough, you would know that I actually worked in post-secondary education transitions and helping kids follow their dreams and finding the right paths for them to do so, before I actually took my own advice and started doing this stuff full time. So really excited to see that, happy for them, and we'll be sure to stay in touch. I hope I see some pretty good progress stuff over the next year, because he's got 2 years before he can really even drive that thing. So there you have it, guys. Thanks again for following along, and stay tuned for the next episode here on the Infamous Project.